The following contest is the Royal Rumble match. Now, the two superstars that drew number 1 and number 2 will start the ring at the same time. Other superstars will join in the order they drew. This will continue until all 30 superstars have entered the ring. Eliminations occur when you are thrown over the top rope with both feet landing on the floor. The last superstar in the ring will be declared the Royal Rumble winner and will go on to face the champion of their choice at WrestleMania!
Here comes trouble. A superstar who is always ready for a fight. And she won't let anything stand in her way.
Introducing the participants. First, representing Damage Control from Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai.
Confidence has got to be key, because she is well aware that if she wants to go on to main event WrestleMania, she has to go the distance here tonight.
A woman who possesses incredible speed and toughness. And no shortage of animosity. That's a good thing. Here comes the Queen of Extreme.
Introducing the individual who drew number 2 from Sanford, North Carolina, Lita.
Hey, took part in the first ever Raw Women's Main Event match against Trish Stratus. It was that very same night, Cole, that Lita captured the Women's Championship.
Yeah, indeed, it was one of the greatest matches in the history of the women's division. And, well, Lita may be on the verge of delivering another classic here tonight.
There's the bell, and so the action begins as the countdown to our next entrant gets underway. It's Royal Rumble time. Well, I can tell you're as excited as everyone else in this arena, Cole, and I can't say I blame you.
Yeah, who knows what surprises await in this one. That's what makes the Royal Rumble so exciting.
We're moments away from yet another gladiator entering the Rumble. Say goodnight. Here she comes.
Oh, man.
Can she get out of this situation? Rolls over. And does. What a counter. Jumping snapmare. What a move. Face first with a waistlock takedown.
Dodged right on cue. Who's going to enter next?
Connected on that. She's enduring some damage. Here they come. And she's stunned in the corner.
Oh, man. Nasty kick.
With the reversal. Kai with a nice turnaround.
She was clearly waiting for that.
Here we go. Right to the kidneys from behind. Oh, man. Kicks from all angles.
On the mark.
Here she comes, and she looks fired up. I'd say she's in the right mindset then for this match. No, someone call a dentist. She's trying. On the leg sweeping. Now to the octopus stretch submit. What is she going to do here? Is she going to tap out? No! Into the slip underneath and deliver some blows, creating the break.
Miami City benefit from the approach and matchup to Royal Rumble. Sometimes it's good to go for broke in this match. If you can come in this ring and clean house, your dominance just
Able to elude it. And here's an entrant we've been waiting for. Pure focus, ready to seize her moment. And what a maneuver we just saw there. Ooh, vicious kick to the spine. Getting set up for something in the corner. Short clothesline hits its mark. Oh, man, a callous attack to the knee. Single leg drop kick. Counter. And now there's an opening. Caught square by the haymaker. What's coming next? A back suplex. Oh, held on. One-handed. Zelina was scouted there. Sidewalk slam delivered. And that was an effective attack, guys. Side slam.
The Cheetah Lion's feeling herself. Trying to get the crowd invested here.
A lot of tension being used. Not looking good. Face first with a waistlock takedown. Sit-up slam. Boom, nice. And it was a series of hard strikes. Oh, my God. Round and round we go.
Tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Drop kick. Eats a punch to the face.
Zelina saw it coming. She's fighting back.
Power slam.
Nice side headlock applied. Oh, and right hand for good measure. Jawbreaker. Call it down. She sent flying into the corner. Big form. Eye to the counter. Oh, this is not good at all. The pendulum backbreaker stretch. And the rolling neck snap.
Boot to the gut can stop anyone in their tracks.
Setting up an eliminate. And here we go. Locked in. It's locked in. And here we go. Locked in. It's locked in. Oh, look at this. Bar slipped underneath and able to counter. Look who it is. Flapjack. Series of elbows looking to create separation. She does so. Face first with a waistlock takedown. Oh, man, by the hair.
And that was a well-targeted attack.
Morgan on the receiving end. Boom, slam.
With authority. And she's gone after her opponent's core a few times now. Every ounce of the body is a target.
Placing them into the corner. What a hurricanrana. And Nikita capitalizes that. Possible elimination in progress. Oh, things are looking dire for Dakota Kai.
She is not looking good right now.
Down in a hurry. Oh, look at this. She did her homework there. We've already seen a few shots delivered up in that region. Knife-edge chop. She's got an answer for that. These two battling to a dead heat with these reversals. Battling to stay alive now. Oh, toss across. Right into a drop. The elbow to the arm. And that's the
Dakota Kai has been
She's
eliminated.
Just a dominant display. Look at this power slam.
And it's reverse pain for that mistake. And
Becky Lynch has been eliminated.
elimination. Oh, man. Series of elbows looking to create separation. She does so.
Kick to the gut. Hooked up. DDT.
She finds a counter for later.
so far. Listen to this crowd. Count the next one in. After what we've seen so far, you cannot question the lengths these superstars are willing to go.
The limits of physical exhaustion are being surpassed at this point. Face first with a waistlock takedown.
And the leader reverses it.
Mounting a downed opponent. Look at them go. Over and over and over again. And a slap to the exclamation point. Next entrance getting ready to come out. She seems eager to get into the action.
She looks totally fearless.
Hurricane Rana. Unbelievable athleticism. Headbutt to the back of the neck.
More taps up there could lead.
Dragon Slayer. Oh my goodness.
Good night.
A nice snap there.
We're about to get another one. Ooh, what a forearm claw.
Oh, and she turns it around. Oh, look who we have here.
Things are really heating up now.
And that was an efficient destruction.
Wow, she had it right where she wanted her.
She doesn't want the suffering to end, that's why. Oh, God, face first. Arms trapped.
Using a handful of hair to deliver the snapmare. And this is even worse, my goodness.
And here she comes.
She has been salivating, waiting for the chance to enter this match, and now she's going to get it.
Got it scouted.
What a hurricane. Clothesline.
Turnbuckle's the only thing keeping her upright. Oh, Indy's in for it. Guys, it's almost time for his competitor. Plenty of hits coming your way. Russian leg sweep.
Queenzelina has been eliminated.
Oh, man. Just listen to the...
Just got back from the Marlins game. We beat the Braves 5-1. And I have Jose the Ocho here, who his Angels came to South Beach and kicked our ass 3 straight games. So yeah, you took the W on us, Jose the Ocho.
But yeah, you're gonna get us back. Yeah, you're gonna get us back. So I got my Iron Claw after. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Anybody that's interested in the Iron Claw, the DVD's released.
Yeah, you showed me.
I went to Target, got it cheaper then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheaper there, dude. Don't go to any other video store. I think $15.
Oh really? Now I might get it then.
Yeah. There's a Target local around your neighborhood, right? If I'm mistaken.
Yes, there is. There's one like 30 minutes away from me.
Yeah, no, go to Target.
Mhm.
You know, well, congratulations on your win. So.
Yeah, but I hope the Marlins bounce back this season.
I wanted to ask you about the Braves. Do you really need to worry about it this season? Because you told me somebody about being injured, right? What's going on with that?
The Braves, I mean, they still have a good, solid batting lineup. I mean, most of their batters were in the All-Star game last year. I think they had like 6 All-Stars on the All-Star game last year. So their batters are pretty good. It's just that their pitching is going to be questionable because their starting pitcher, Spencer Strider, he's going to be out for the season because of this Tommy John surgery. And the thing, I don't know if you heard about Did you ever heard about the MLB now using the time pitching clock?
Yeah, I heard about that. What do you think about it? You got mixed feelings about that?
I like it because it makes the game go faster. Because I hate when they used to take a whole fucking minute to throw a pitch. And now it's starting to raise questions because now a lot of players are getting injured because of that time. They're blaming the time clock of them getting injured. Like so many pitchers are getting injured now. Even Garrett Cole from the Yankees, who won Cy Young Award last year, he's out for the season as well. He has Tommy John. Everybody's thinking it's that pitching time limit that's causing all these injuries to these players and to all these pitchers. And what they should have did. I mean, if I was them, I would change it to 30 seconds. But last year they had it at 20. But this year they kind of made it different. Like the first pitch, you have to do it in 20 seconds. The second pitch, that's going to take like, they're going to drop it down to 18. And I think the third pitch, it drops down to 15. That's like, really? Like, that's going to tire your pitchers out, and that's really going to fuck up your pitchers' arms. Like, two Marlins pitchers right now, Yuri Perez and Sandy Alcantara, they have Tommy John surgery. And once you have Tommy John surgery, you're never the same. So Garrett Cole, Spencer Strider, and Yuri Perez, Sandy Alcantara, well, Justin Verlander, he's old, from the Astros. And a couple more I think Justin Steele from the Chicago Cubs, who's a solid pitcher.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's injuring so many star players, and it's injuring so many pitchers. Like,
you feel like it's aging, Miguel? Do you think it's aging? Because, I mean, if you're going to do something like that, you want to start from day one, from ground zero, if you're going to do that timing. You think it's a little too late to have these returners or these veterans, you know, get into that drill? I mean, what do you think?
Well, all these guys that I just named, they were in the MLB before this pitching time limit happened, except for Yuri Perez. Like, they're so used to doing it, like with no time limit. Like Sandy Alcantara, who was the best pitcher in baseball back in 2022 for the Miami Marlins, who won Cy Young Award back in 2022. He when the pitching time limit started, he was never the same. Like, he wasn't playing as good like he was in the season before, because that time pitching clock has something to do with it. I mean, I like the time pitching clock because it makes the games go faster, and I actually enjoy baseball now more than ever with that time pitching clock. And it's just that for the people that's been in baseball for a while, they're just not really used to it. Even Justin Verlander from the Houston Astros, who won both World Series for the Astros, who cheated one World Series with the Astros and actually won one, he's not the same anymore because of this pitching time limit, because he's not used to it. But these new pitchers that are coming in, I'm pretty sure they'll get used to it. And Yuri Perez, he's a young guy. Last year he was a rookie. He had a really good season last year for the Marlins, but it's going to be questionable how he's going to play in the future, because, like I said, when you have Tommy John, you're never the same.
Yeah. So it is general that you mean maybe the aging wise, like say they're not used to this kind of drill,
right?
But like you say, if you give it to the young guys, then they'll get used to it. So I mean, do you feel like they're testing the waters to do this? Do you feel like it's going to be a very short term thing they're going to do?
Probably.
Or they're testing it for the season, right? Or is it official that this is going to go on through this season and future seasons beyond? That's the question.
Well, they started that last year. They started the pitching time clock last year, but this year they kind of made it a little shorter and faster. Like I said, last year, all three pitches were like 20 seconds. And this year, the first pitch is like 20, and then the second one, they dropped it down to 18 seconds, and then the other pitch, it drops down to 15. I mean, that part really didn't make any sense. I just wish they would have stuck to 20, because I don't want to tire these pitchers out, you know? Because throwing a baseball is very tiring for most of these pitchers. And even I'm not a baseball player, and I never was, but I tried throwing baseballs, tried to be a pitcher. And honestly, bro, it's tiring, and it's kind of hard to do it, because I don't really have a fast arm. And, you know, bro, it's a hustle, you know? So pitches are those type of things that they need to figure out. But honestly, I would probably keep it at or maybe even 25 seconds. Do 25 seconds through each pitch. Why do you have to go lower and lower on the time clock after each pitch, which is stupid in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping it gets some attention to the coaches or the franchise if they're going to reconsider, you know, to keep it or not to keep it, you know, because of what you're saying. I mean, it's supposed to have attention to your team and my team and everybody's team, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope something's considered or being looked at or talked about.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But like you say, I think I feel it more for the veterans that, you know, that have been playing there for years, and they're not familiar with this kind of drill, you know?
Mm-hmm. And Garrett Cole, who was playing before this pitching time clock happened, he just won Cy Young Award last year. And I thought he was already getting the hang of it, even though he's been around before all this stuff happened. But now he's getting injured. Now he got injured now he's out for the season.
Yeah, I mean, and you do bring a good point too, because me as an athlete, I used to run track. And I mean, I've been running track almost all my life. And one thing we experienced about our school, that what our coach did he put in a new track. He put in a rubber track. So once they started putting in the rubber track, we were getting injured.
Oh.
And we started going to doctors and chiropractors. We were getting shin splints and everything. And he started telling us the only reason why you guys were getting injured is because of the new track that they built. So we were used to our old dirt track. But when they started doing the smooth track, it just started killing our feet, dude. So
Really?
do you feel like it's a similarity that, you know, the major leagues are doing that drill, doing a new thing that the veterans are not used to it?
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, us as track people, you know, we ran track for 3 years. And on my senior years, they started building the new track, and that's what fucked us up, you know.
Really? And
Yeah. I don't know if you ever noticed that, but we were used to the old dirt track that we used to run and everything. But once they started building the new track, then they started giving us issues, you know. But it wouldn't give issues to the freshmen that are going to start there the first year, and then the 3 years they're going to be there, you know, they're going to get used to it. We were not, in our case.
right. And like it's just I can't really answer that question for you, Jose, because I never did track before. I only did football in high school. I was a kicker. That was all I did. And yeah, so it's kind
And speaking of football, okay, did you guys have a regular grass or some kind of like
it was regular
grass
grass
for you to?
It was regular grass.
Oh, okay. Imagine if that if that change would have done to your school, probably would have created an issue if they would have put that, you know, that carpet grass, right?
Right. I mean,
It's possible.
I've been on the Miami Marlins baseball field, and it's not real grass. It's carpet grass, like you said.
Did it give you issues when you were out there in that field performing and everything, like a shin play, like a guard or anything? Because, I mean, something that your body system has to be used to a certain field, you know, environment or something.
Well,
Did you ever have an issue when you played it?
I never played the baseball field. I just walked on it. I just walked on the Marlins baseball field. I mean, I didn't grow up as a baseball player. I didn't start getting into baseball until not too long ago. And I never played the game of baseball at all. I only played football and basketball and soccer. Those are the only 3 sports I ever played.
Yeah.
And when I was on the Marlins baseball
But in
field,
soccer and football, did they change the grass? Did they change the grass or anything like that?
No, like I played soccer in middle school, and they did not. It was regular grass. It wasn't. It was not. What you call? Like you said, what's the other grass type? The grass bat? No, it wasn't that.
It's like a tart grass or something. Yeah, like a
tart
carpet.
grass.
I think they call it tart grass or something.
Yeah, tart grass. It was not.
Because I remember we played it in our senior years too.
Yeah.
And you have to wear some kind of different kind of cleats. Because when we're using the old cleats, we almost were slipping by. It almost like broke us. We were going to land on our legs like RBD, you know?
Right.
I don't know. It's dangerous when you build that kind of new field, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, as a veteran, if they build something for me that I have not practiced or not dealt with, it does become an issue. But if I'm a freshman or a new draft, then that's a different story because I'm born with it along with the new field thing, you know? So I was wondering if you're in high school, if you guys ever had that kind of issue, you know, when they build a new field on your last year, you know?
Right.
But that's good if you never had it, you know?
Right. And what you call,
I mean, now that you bring up that issue, you know?
Right, and it's just that and then on the Marlins field was actually my first time ever experiencing that other type of grass. Like my middle school and high school, they had actual real grass.
Yeah, and that's what I was used to playing or used to running. Dirt track and grass, but not cleats or something, you know?
Right.
Not real cleats that are going to go on the grass. I don't know. It is... I can't figure out this new generation and this new building. It doesn't go right, you know?
Yeah, and it's just weird that sometimes changes doesn't really go as planned as the NFL or the NBA or whoever makes these type of decisions do, you know? And
yeah. It's like the new thing doesn't work for the veteran. Let me give you one small example to cut it very short for you. when I worked at the coffee bar, you know, I used to use those blenders from 1985, and I would make the smoothies and the blended, you know, drinks well thick, and you know, and the portion looked good. But now they give us these new blenders, like 2015 blenders. The drinks, the beverages, don't taste like the old blenders used to blend them down. They don't. They're very watery. You know what I mean? And then the old school ones, you drink them very thick. So me as a long-time worker, I don't dig the new blenders because your drinks come out very watery. But if I would use the 1985 blender,
Right.
yes, your milkshakes would be thick enough, and your smoothies would be thick enough, and your blended mochas would be thick enough.
And not only that,
So
probably that smoothie from that 1985 has most of the flavor that has been on there for the past couple of years. So that's what probably makes it better than the new one.
Yeah. So for me, for years working at that kind of thing, I can dig you the thick beverages than the ones that we're doing right now, too watery or something, you know. So I don't know. It changes everywhere, from a sport, from an essential job, from everything, dude. It's like, I don't know, dude. Like Diamond Dallas Days would say, change is inevitable. Sometimes it's good or bad. It goes both ways, you know.
Right.
But oh damn, dude, this cough is really killing me. It's raining over here. How's the weather over there?
Oh,
how's the weather up there?
The weather's fine. The weather was bright and sunny when I was at the Marlins game. And Brian, he just called me a few minutes ago. He was at the Dodger game, but the game got delayed. He didn't even watch the Dodgers at all. Like the whole game got delayed, and he had a chance to see Shohei Ohtani play in the Dodger uniform because you know the Dodgers is his team, and yeah, so it's just that.
Did any of your games get rained out earlier, previous this season, or that was last year that your game got rained out?
Well, none of my games don't really get rained out because the Marlins Lone Depot Park, it has a roof. Like they open and close the roof
like
if they
dome,
want to. Yeah, and the Dodger Stadium doesn't have that, and I don't think Yankee Stadium. No dome. Yeah, some arenas doesn't have a roof.
Yeah, because I just heard that I think the San Francisco game even got rained out too, because you know California has a April showers rain season going on. So if you're saying that Brian had his game that got rained out, it's considered rained out or delayed?
Delayed. I think the game was delayed, and they had to change it until tomorrow, you know. So yeah.
Oh, okay. That means it's. I mean, I think they got a good chance to mop the field out and sweep it down.
Right.
Because I think they gotta like cover it with some rubber thing on the field so the grass won't get screwed up or something. I don't know. Right. I don't know how they work that, you know.
Have you been watching some Angel games lately?
No, I've been missing out a lot because right now I've been working. I mean, besides not even watching wrestling, I haven't even been watching the games. I didn't even watch March Madness this year, even though that they came up with some good upsets, you know.
Yeah.
I normally pick a bracket every year with a coworker, but God rest his soul, he passed away. Normally he would have a bracket drill, like saying you pick your bracket and you put in $5. I pick a bracket, I put in $5. Brian picks his bracket, $5. If you got the good brackets, winner takes all. That's the way we would play it every year, you know.
Yeah.
Picking brackets, and then you put in your money, whatever money they propose to you, and if you got the right brackets, winner takes all.
Right. Let me use the bathroom right quick because there's another topic I really want to get into. I'll use the bathroom right quick.
All right. Let me go check my DVD.
persistent, keeps bringing the fight with no remorse. Good timing with that reversal. And she's able to fight Maurice off. Jane with good timing on the reversal. Devastating error. More attacks up there could leave her severely impaired. More onto the jaw. That offense really hitting her hard.
Hang in there. Just a little bit longer to go. DDT.
Shotzi, kindly request that you never wake up. And Bree is in some seriously choppy territory.
Little time now, and Bree is in real peril.
We could have an elimination here. You doing here, Corey? The colossal clutch. Well, this isn't going to win the fight.
And the agony has no reason to end as we see her.
All right, I'm back.
I gotta fix something here. Right over.
Yeah. All right, people. Sorry for the wait. Gotta use the. You know, when you gotta use the bathroom, you gotta go. You know.
I think you're gonna call it the bathroom break match.
Yeah, the bathroom break match.
Like,
The winner wins by throwing your opponent into the tub, turn on the water, and close the shower curtain.
yeah, your bathroom break. Yeah, some matches were always used as a bathroom break. That kind of sucks. I think the Divas division was always used as a bathroom break moment. I remember that.
When?
Remember when you have matches like Lay Cool or Alicia Fox or the Funkadactyls? They were considered like a bathroom break match. For example, remember when Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30?
Right.
And it was AJ Lee defending the Divas champion against all the Divas. They say that turned out to be a bathroom break match because they say that the fans were exhausted. You know?
I don't think they were. I don't think it was because of that. I don't think because they didn't find the matches entertaining and interested. It's just that I think the reasoning for that is because I remember that night at WrestleMania 30, people were shocked that they were shocked the whole night that the Undertaker streak ended that night. But as far as bathroom breaks for Diva, but as far as bathroom breaks for Diva matches, I mean, I don't care how the matches is put. I mean, I still want to see hot women in the ring, you know? Like, what you call, I'm not one of those horny pricks, but I'm just saying, like, I like seeing hot girls in the ring. I don't, like, even if it's a jobber.
Yeah,
there's
but in general, any match.
I mean, there's some good-looking
any
jobbers.
match in general, besides the Divas matches.
Right. I mean, there's some good-looking jobbers. Like
any matches, too, that they consider them like bathroom break.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, there's some good-looking jobbers.
Like, for example, do you consider Braun Breaker, the Braun Breaker match going against jobbers, is that like a bathroom break match considered, or is, I mean,
he's been fighting.
Is he considered like a bathroom break match?
He's been fighting against.
He's always winning.
He's they're trying to build him up a bit, and they're just trying to get him to like look like a monster type powerhouse. But anyways, like I was saying, Jose, let me finish this one part. Some diva jobbers were actually fine looking. Like, for example, Alicia Fox and Cameron from the Funkadactyls. Who else? Eva Marie. The only reason why I want to see them in the ring is because they're fine. They're just attractive. I mean, I want to see hot women on TV. So that's the only reason why I don't go to bathroom breaks on those matches. I mean, there's some matches that are worth a bathroom break. Like, for example, when I was at WrestleMania 38 in Dallas, the only match that I did a bathroom break on was that 6-man tag with the Brawling Brutes and New Day. That's the only thing that I went to the bathroom for. I was not invested in that match, and I didn't really care for it when I went to that WrestleMania. And that match was only for a minute.
My bathroom break was when Stephanie and Triple H did a promo. Remember when Triple H beat Sting and the Rock and Ronda Rousey came? That was my bathroom break right there, because they were only doing a promo, something that they could have done on Raw and SmackDown. Why do you do a promo talking to WrestleMania, dude?
Yeah, that is true.
So I remember everybody went to the bathroom that day when Triple H and Stephanie were pulling a promo, dude. So now that's a bathroom break right there. Because you get the bathroom, I can hear them talking and shit, you know.
I can agree because I don't want to. When it comes to WrestleMania, I don't want to see a talk or a promo battle or nothing. I want to see the matches. You could have done that shit on Raw, SmackDown. Because Raw and SmackDown are the places to build up the match, and the pinnacle is the match at the pay-per-view. Because I want to see at every pay-per-view strictly matches rather than promos and stuff. I want to see all that on Raw and SmackDown, but not on pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Pay-per-views.
Yeah. Have you seen those before, huh? Promos on large pay-per-views instead of leaving it on a Raw or SmackDown?
Right.
I don't know. That's kind of like... They have a... You know, WWE or any company has a habit of that. You know, WWE in general. Let's put it that. They have a habit. Remember WrestleMania 8? Mean Gene Okerlund interviewed the Road Warriors, and they were doing a promo in a WrestleMania 8 match, and they were not in the match, so all they did was a promo at that event.
That made no fucking sense.
They just only were there for a promo, okay? Yeah, it's like the Survivor Series. I think the Survivor Series I think it was 1992. Macho Man did not have a match, and all they had him do is pull a promo in front of Mean Gene.
Well, because at that time, Macho was already on commentary. Even in the early 90s, he was already on commentary. That's the only reason why, you know?
Yeah, but they didn't give him a match. You know, it's like, wait a second, give him a match. I mean, his promos were entertaining me because, I mean, the guy knew how to pull promos, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's the point that we're getting to. You can't have the habit of pulling promos on a big pay-per-view that people like you spend your hard-earned money to go out there, you know? So, I don't understand. I mean, it is what it is, you know?
Hey, what's up, Ant? Oh, wait, he just left.
Yeah, he definitely blacked out.
Yeah, he did.
So, anyway, okay, I'm going to do the Cody promo for you.
Mm-hmm.
Miguel, what do you want to talk about?
Okay, oh yeah, there was this one thing I wanted to bring up. Thanks for asking that question, Cody Rhodes. Check this out.
What do you want to talk about?
That's funny. But, this might be a little controversial. O.J. Simpson, the greatest runner back in the NFL in the 1970s, played for your Buffalo Bills, has passed away.
Yeah.
What's your overall opinion on O.J. Simpson?
It's hard to say because I never follow O.J. Simpson at all. You know, I mean, I know he played for Buffalo, and I always tell people, he played for USC in Buffalo. And he played when the Bills Mafia was born because there was no Bills Mafia on his year. And I think due to the controversies, it is kind of like a no make sense thing because, I mean, I remember when I was in high school, his case turned out to be like a soap opera. So, you know, you had media getting out of hand and yada, yada, yada. So, but it kind of sucks that USC had to cancel the plaques and the trophies that he won at USC. And unfortunately with the NFL and the Buffalo Bills, they had to remove the names and his yardage stat and his touchdown things because he had a long record, you know, in yardage as a skill player.
I think he had
so they're not allowed to talk about it. Unfortunately, you know that.
I think he had 2,000 yards in one season, and he was a damn good runner back. I've seen his highlights, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was good. And just that he didn't win a Super Bowl, unfortunately, but he had a really great NFL career. I mean, he was a Buffalo Bill. He was a San Francisco. He was a San Francisco 49er as well. And he was just he was a really great runner back. It's just that nowadays,
and a good commentator.
I didn't even know he was a commentator. But nowadays, bro, like people don't really talk about his football career. They all talk about the crap that he possibly did. And do you think he did it?
Well, I knew he was not guilty. I was telling everybody he's not guilty. Watch, he's just gonna come out of that and move on forward on that. But you know, people really got into the controversy, too into it, and you know, it's unbelievable how the whole things came, and probably that's the only reason why he moved to Florida, because he wanted to get away to California. I mean, California really was not digging him with all the stuff that he was going through and everything. So, like I say, it is kind of very hard to judge him. I mean, God rest his soul. And,
And
you know, I had never had the chance to follow him and shit, you know.
I really hope he's
yeah,
innocent, and I really hope he didn't do that shit.
You know, and I don't know if the other party was out there just to nail him due to money or anything, because I mean, in America, everybody sues everybody, so.
And we don't even know to this day who's responsible for his ex-wife's murder, and he and everyone still
and
points
then the
to him
lover that
sometimes.
came out from Studs.
Right.
Yeah, he came out in a program called Studs, and it got canceled the next season.
Yeah, and where were you during the chase? You know, the chase that he had on the highway in L.A. or somewhere in Las Vegas where he was driving the Bronco?
Oh, yeah.
Where were you that day?
I was on my way to watch the New York Knicks and the Houston Rockets, but that pursuit got blocked the NBA Finals that day. We wanted to see the Rockets and the Knicks, and then the pursuit blocked our area. I mean, I know the game still went on, but the pursuit blocked the game. So we couldn't get a chance to see the whole game. I think other states, you know, or New York and Houston did, but in California, we did not get a chance to see the game because the pursuit blocked it. I remember that, yeah. Because we wanted to see, you know, Patrick Ewing trying to get a ring, but, you know, Hakeem Olajuwon, Sam Cassell, and Robert Horry were like the new three new dogs in the NBA that were going to win
Clyde
the championship.
Drexler. The Houston had a squad at that time.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, at least he got a good retirement gift at his home as Texas, so at least he retired at home as a winner, you know?
Right. And it's just that...
But yeah, that breaking news, it blocked our game. That's the experience I know when that happened.
That sucked. And that was...
It blocked the game, yeah.
Yeah, so...
NBA Finals.
Yeah, that sucks.
I don't know if it was Game 5 or Game 4, something around there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we did miss a game right there. Game 5 or 4 between that.
Right.
Wow, I mean, yeah, that's crazy, man. You know,
yeah, it is crazy.
But in general, they are not allowed to. They are not allowed to put any. The NFL and the NCAA are not allowed to put anything in general. Period, due to the situations, right? Miguel, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think
they're not allowed to mention him, no stats or anything like that.
And I think so.
Wow.
And it's just that the NFL still has them in the Hall of Fame, and the NFL actually has a policy where once you're in the Hall of Fame, they can't take you off the Hall of Fame. Maybe WWE had... Wait, never mind. No, I'm going to take that back. Wait. Does WWE have that policy? Did WWE ever take out anybody from the Hall of Fame? Wait, yes
they tried to do Hogan, but then they reinstated him back.
Right, they did that with Hogan. And I'm surprised they didn't do that with Sonny, because Sonny's in prison right now here in Florida.
Yeah. So they're not going to take it off. I think you do have a point. Maybe the Hall of Fame is a little, how do you call it, inevitable, that it's already set in stone and you can't take it off. I mean, you just can only put him in a museum, so it is what it is, you know. So, I mean, with the Chris Benoit policy, the WWE, in general, they're not in liberty of putting it on, right? Because Peacock already took it off the networks or any clips of Chris Benoit, right?
Well, I've seen a few pay-per-views that had Chris Benoit on Peacock, and they're still there. Mm-hmm. They just don't. Yeah. They just don't, like the WWE these days. They don't mention him. Period. Like, I don't know if you remember. There's one stupid fan during the pandemic when they were doing virtual with fans on the. You know how Raw had virtual fans like that were sitting at home.
Yeah.
A idiot literally had a cutout photo of Chris Benoit, and he got blocked from the WWE about that.
Damn. Yeah, it's almost like if you carry signs that you're not supposed to carry there, they'll either confiscate it or do something, you know.
Oh yeah.
Almost if I go to a WWE and if I bring an AEW sign, that's gonna be confiscated if I'm gonna out there post it out there, you know. So I know the sports, industry has a lot of regulations of not mentioning talents that are in bad terms, you know.
And back in the day...
But how strong are they, with the policies,
Yeah, the WWF used to have people bring in ECW signs.
Yeah. And signs were permitted. Now you can't bring any other signs anymore. This time, I think they're very strict with the signs. They don't probably want you to bring any bad signs or anything like that.
And it's funny because when it was King of the Ring '95, that was the year when King Mabel won the King of the Ring, and the fans were chanting ECW, ECW, ECW throughout the whole show. Like, people were just chanting ECW nonstop throughout the whole show, and I guess they weren't invested to see King.
I feel like, right now, WWE is very anxious and looking forward for Netflix to come in, because I read about that in Netflix. I think they're going to be in liberty to go extreme. What do you think of that? Do you think something like they can get away with something like that? Because I feel like Netflix is a little very open,
Well,
and I feel like maybe WWE is looking forward to that.
Like I said, when Monday Night Raw moves to Netflix, it raises a lot of questions. I even said that on this channel before, and I've said it in previous shows that we've done. Like, it raises questions. Like, are a lot of people going to be watching this? And do a lot of people even have Netflix? And I did a research that Netflix has more than 200 million users. So this could probably work out with WWE going to Netflix, and who knows, maybe the MLB or the NBA or the NFL could probably move to Netflix or any of those streaming services like Peacock. Yeah, so who knows? I mean, I think this could possibly work out, because if you look at Monday Night's,
go both ways.
Right, and if you look at Monday Night's Raw's ratings, how much they normally average, they average more than 2 million views, and most of those, I feel like they could probably still get that same amount of views with Netflix, because Netflix, like I said, has like 200 million some users. So this might work out. I mean, I don't have Netflix.
I feel like
I don't have Netflix, and I don't think
here's the thing.
I don't think I'm gonna get Netflix for Monday Night Raw.
Here's the thing. I feel like the middle class fans are not gonna probably take a risk with Netflix due to their financial issues.
Yeah.
So that can be a good reason that they are not gonna make attempts to subscribe, because they might have financial issues, and I can respect that.
Right.
Another thing is, Bishop brings another good point, that they say that people are going to get attracted to Netflix, and it's going to put the cable companies' needles to drop, just like they did with the DVDs and the Blu-rays and the VHS. So cable is going to be treated like a DVD, that the needle will move down.
Right. And then I could see cable companies probably going out of business, possibly. Dish Network and DirecTV.
And Eric Bishop brings a good point on that. He brings a good point out of it, that people move forward when they see new things and they want to get in on it, they want to subscribe to it, they want to buy it. So it's a cycle now. So I think with Netflix, it's not a surprising thing that it's going to be a new thing that's going to take away other competitions with the needle down. And then after that, who's going to take Netflix away after this?
Right, and another thing is that
every decade it happens.
Yes, and it's just that, like I said before, Jose, I prefer the DVDs and VHSs these days. Hell, I'm gonna prefer to watch either WWE or the NBA or the MLB or the NFL. I prefer to watch that on cable television rather than streaming services, just like how I prefer DVDs and VHS.
Well, I agree with you. I feel like if the WWE works well with this Netflix, you do have a point. The major leagues, the NHL, the NBA, and the NFL are going to follow that same energy too. Because if they feel like the Netflix is moving up the needle and it's bringing that attraction, the NFL is going to say, hey, look, WWE is making it work. Let's jump in on it.
Right.
And then the NBA is going to say, so you do have a point. I feel like the sports system is going to take ESPN out of the way and then jump into Netflix.
Right.
I don't know. I believe that's going to happen,
Or do you think do you think ESPN could possibly get bought by the Netflix? Or
it's possible. I mean,
yeah. Or who knows, bro? Like, I don't even know if we can clearly answer that, because we don't know what Netflix's net worth or ESPN net worth is. So it's gonna be really difficult. I need to do research on that. See if
But you know what? I will give you one evident proof that Netflix has been very, very cool about it, and I agree with Netflix. They've been very approval like whatever program they put, they have approved to put some stuff on DVD, like Cobra Kai, Coming to America. So I think Netflix is being smart to release that and approve that for extra bonus.
Not a bad idea. I mean, I did see Cobra Kai.
Because Cobra Kai has pushed that. And I've been getting Cobra Kai, DVDs because Netflix is okay. Okay, let's make a bonus. Let's make this. Maybe all the old school fans are gonna buy a DVD and keep their own Cobra Kai. So at least Netflix is being fair with it when you're putting like soap opera series or movies that come from Netflix, and maybe Netflix wants to make a bonus, I mean, it's already $1 billion company now,
Right. So, yeah.
So, you do have a point. It's going to go 50-50. It's going to go both ways. But I do believe that the middle-class fans are not going to make any attempts with it due to their little personal financial issues. And like I said, I respect that. I can't expect that from them. But maybe they might consider it at the end of the day. Right. We will see. But honestly, WWE is looking forward to this network.
Yeah, that's what it seems like it. And they waste no time. They even signed a 13-year deal that WWE signed for this.
Is that a 10-year deal, right?
I think it's more than
13,
a 10. It's more than a 10-year deal. Yeah, it's probably even more than a 10-year deal. Like, yeah. So
I probably feel like the money's good, right?
What happened?
Maybe the money's good. I would have refused it if you're going to pay me 13 years for whatever $1 billion you're paying me, right?
Yeah, and I see Axion's arm glitching. So yeah, it's just that I'm very interested to see how this is gonna go, and I don't think I'm getting Monday night. I don't think I'm getting Netflix for Monday Night Raw. I don't even have Netflix. I used to have Netflix, but I haven't. The only time that I normally get it is when Cobra Kai comes out, and when this next season of Cobra Kai comes out, which will be the last season. I think it will be the last time I'll ever attempt to get Netflix. And it's just, I'm not a Netflix person, And like I said before, I rather prefer the VHSs and the DVDs rather than the stupid, rather than the streaming services,
Yeah. But the good news is that Netflix has approved that approval that they are printing out copies of Blu-rays and DVDs, which is good.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, I'm for that, so I'm not debating Netflix, Brett. You do that, Netflix, I'm cool with you with that, Right. Because, I've been passing by video stores and Target, and there's a section of the DVDs in there, and then you get the little Netflix logo, which, they're probably copyrights or something, so why not? They want to make the extra bonus. And they know that old school fans are gonna dig it and get a copy,
Right, and like I said, bro, like, I'm really curious how this is gonna go, but hey, I hope it succeeds.
I think it will, because it's like I said, WWE is just so looking forward to this, And they want to get out of the U.S. network so badly,
And like I also said, that Netflix has a good amount of users. They have more than 200 million users, so they should be fine properly.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would give my opinion about Netflix a 50-50 thing, and we will see how that works out. But in WWE's favor, it really is looking forward to it. And what Eric Bischoff says, that Netflix will move on the needle, that it's going to definitely drop the needle out of the cable companies, that subscribers are just going to jump into another boat, and it would concern Spectrum and all these other cable companies that their needle is not moving up.
Right.
I mean, it's business and it's competition, I mean, we've seen the Monday Night Wars, and you've seen how their needles move up or their needles move down, it's all of the above right there,
right.
And yeah, like I said earlier, I brought up that there was a meet and greet for Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey at the Barnes & Noble. I saw the video, the live video, social media. It made some good pops, but like in my case, I wasn't interested in it. Not invested in it. I'm not interested in their book. I do give credit who was responsible of writing books in the talent, and that's Mick Foley, dude. And I think Mick Foley has influenced the talents to write their own book,
Right.
But it all starts with Mick Foley. you know.
Yeah, it did start out with Mick Foley because I remember his book was #1 best-selling New York Times, and he's actually going to do a meet and greet here in Florida in September, and I'm hoping to go to that here at Palm Beach.
He's very cool.
Yeah, the Ocho Con here in Palm Beach, so hopefully I get to meet Mick Foley soon. And I'm not I'm not a fan of Becky Lynch. Cringy Lynch, to be
exact. I'm not.
I mean, this is not hatred, people. It's just I'm not a huge fan of her. If there's any Becky Lynch fangirls on here, please don't get mad at me if I don't like her. If I don't like her, I don't like her.
I'm just not invested. That's all. You know, she's a champion. Cool. She's talented, guys. We don't take that away from her. But there's talents that turn us on and that don't turn us on. I
don't think she's talented on the mic because she's fucking cringy, bro. Like her
promos she needs to work on.
Her promos are horrible and they're very cringe. Like have you ever hear her talk, bro? Like the man. I guess she's Irish, and this is not being racist, people. It's just that. Yeah,
it's her accent. Yeah.
It's just cringy, bro. And I really don't see a big star. Yeah. I don't really see her as a star in that position that Vince has been putting her in all these years. Like, for example, her winning both titles, main eventing WrestleMania 35. I'm just not invested in her, and I don't get what the hype is about her.
Yeah, So, I'm not invested in Becky, but, congratulations on her book. She had a big pop of people. People wanted to live the moment, so.
And we're talking
about them,
We're talking about her as a wrestler,
Ronda Rousey,
her,
like I said,
woman, people. But go ahead, Jose.
Yeah, and Ronda Rousey, I'm not interested in the book too because the book is right now created a lot of controversy, especially with what's his name, that Dupree guy or something. What was his name? That he accidentally tried to shake her hand and he pulled the strings of her sweats falling down or something, and even though he apologized or something.
You talking about Rene Dupree?
Drew Gulak or something?
From La Resistance?
What was it?
Rene Dupree?
I think so or something, but he's already been deleted by WWE due to the investigation now, and I'm not going to buy a book just because you got to talk the evils about how the way they treated you or this and that or somebody pull your strings. Dude, nah. I don't know, dude. I really can't say that too much, but yeah, that's a little. Maybe it's everybody sues everybody. I don't know, man.
So, what else is new?
I mean, I like Mick Foley's book. I will definitely share this. Mick Foley went through a lot of experiences in the wrestling business. And in one of the pages, he said that his wife was always pleading him to quit the business because they couldn't stand watching him taking all those major extreme bumps and everything. And I remember one of the pages he wrote that he said that his wife wanted him to pull out of the business so badly. Because, I mean, Mick Foley was taking major big bumps, dude.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
He's done death matches with Terry Funk in Japan. He took this one nasty bump in WCW against Vader, bro. Vader literally powerbombed the guy on the concrete floor. Vader removed the padding that was on the floor on the outside of the ring and literally slammed him through concrete. And Mick Foley, knowing his crazy ass, I love the guy. He's very entertaining. I love his matches, and he's probably the greatest hardcore wrestler of all time.
Hardcore, yeah. And Hell in the Cell, dude, losing his tooth there. Damn, dude.
Yeah, him getting thrown off by the Undertaker on top of the cell, which was fucking crazy. And he Mick Foley's very entertaining. Mick Foley is very creative with all his ideas, even as Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, or whatever the case may be. I mean,
he made all his characters. He made them work. All the three characters, you know.
So I applaud Mick Foley.
But Mick Foley personally, if you go to his meet and greet, he would always tell you it's not worth it doing what he did, to get yourself over. He's definitely been mentoring young talents not to really take those major big bumps, dude. And that's him speaking from the heart, dude. It's like,
well, I'm pretty sure he I'm pretty sure he has an old age on him. Like, I'm pretty sure that his body doesn't really like. I'm pretty sure since his body took so much abuse over the years, I'm pretty sure he's not really like. I'm pretty sure he has some conditions that he's living with. So yeah.
Yeah. Concussions is one of them. You know that.
Yeah. Does he have any back problems? Because I won't be surprised if he has back problems.
I say the word yes. You want to know why? Because when I went to his meet and greet, he was always sitting down on the table. He would not stand with you. So they would always have a table for him to sign and then take a picture with him next to him. So I think that has a lot to do with it, you know, because he's not going to stand with you. He's going to sit next to you, dude. So that tells you for reasons, you know, that these legends don't want to stand around like, you know, if you're going to take it with the Divas don't mind standing, you know, or any of the young talents like Mustafa Ali, he doesn't mind standing. But in Mick Foley's case, yeah, you're going to catch him sit down once you go to his meet and greet. Watch.
And he might have the same back problems like Hogan, but it's probably even worse because, you know, Hulk Hogan has bad problems even at his age.
Was Hulk Hogan sitting down when he took a picture with the fans when you went over there, Miguel?
No, he sat down once he was done. And then he got back up, and there was the next person in line. You know, I mean, yeah. So that's what I can recall. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know some talents would choose to sit down, or some of them are not too big to stand. You know, there's always those things at those meet and greets. You know, but anyway. And what do you think of this controversy? Tony Khan putting clips of CM Punk.
Oh my God. Gotta get in.
That really backfired on him.
We have to get into that. I forgot to add. I'm glad you brought that up because I was pretty much running out of things to talk about, but I'm really glad that you brought that in. I want to hear your thoughts first. What do you think about all this bullshit with Tony Khan?
I think it is bullshit what Tony Khan done. He really did shoot himself in the foot, and whatever he was trying to do, it really backfired on him.
Yeah.
Ridiculously. You want to try to put Jack Perry over, don't put a clip when CM Punk was closing, you know, choking him, whatever. And honestly, CM Punk doesn't work there anymore. Move forward.
Right.
Now, as far as Gulag goes about him saying, you know, Triple H, you can't say these kind of, well, he didn't say Triple H, but he kind of gave him a hint and said, hey, you know what, at least I didn't marry the boss's daughter to get ahead, blah, 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 which is evidently true. But I would say with Paul Levesque, for him to make those kind of speeches, it doesn't surprise me. But in general, you're now in a new generation that, you know, you got to use your words very wisely how you're going to put your comments on it, you know.
Yeah, and Will Ospreay really didn't want to say it, actually. I'm hearing reports that Will Ospreay really didn't want to say that. And he just said Tony Khan made him do it. Like, it's hard to say no.
That's on PK.
To, like, it's really hard to say no at some things at your job. I mean, you have to say no in some things, but, like, when you're working for when you're working for jobs that's paying you so much money, it's kind of hard to say no. And or better yet, Will Ospreay could have quit and said, I don't want to participate in this shit, and then go back to New Japan.
Walking out. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's not Will Ospreay's fault that he was put in that position.
It's a TK thing.
Yeah, it's a TK thing.
And honestly, I believe everybody. I believe Vince Russo. I believe Seth Coulter. I believe, you know, Bruce Pritchard and all these, you know, and all these veteran podcasters, it's on TK. TK,
right.
You know.
And I don't know what TK is trying to accomplish here. And, you know, TK talks a lot of shit about WWE, and he doesn't, like, focus on booking his company. He always got to throw shade at WWE, and WWE is low-key throwing shade back at him with the signing of Jade Cargill, making Cody Rhodes champion. Like, WWE can basically win that war if they wanted to, but Triple H shouldn't be focusing on.
Yeah, I mean, WWE, you know, WWE in general doesn't need to do nothing.
Yeah, because
WWE is gonna do what they're gonna do. Go to work.
Right.
You know,
and
that's
Triple
all.
H ain't worried about Tony Khan, about a guy that looks so dorky and geeky playing around with his dad's money. He ain't worried about a motherfucker talking shit about him.
And Triple H is only doing his booking, his job.
Right.
And I tell people you don't have to be a Triple H guy to say this, but we call what Triple H does. He puts some decent matches. Sometimes there's some hiccups, and sometimes they're good matches, and sometimes they're so-so matches or bad matches. But at the end of the day, he's doing his job, you know.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, I feel like he was a little overpushed even as time as a wrestler. And second, Will Ospreay's not the only guy that said that Triple H slept with the boss's daughter and got a big push. He's not the only guy that said that. More people actually said that about
That's
him.
been going on forever.
Yeah, that's been going on forever.
Even China, man, when she was alive, said it too.
Scott
you know?
Steiner said it too.
The Rock,
Yeah.
you know. So
But The Rock
that,
was...
you know, that promo, that comment that people would always say, you marry the boss's daughter to get ahead. I tell people that's nothing. It's not a coincidence. There's nothing to be surprised for. It's the truth. But, you know, what are you going to do? He's married to the boss's daughter. He's got kids. He's got a family. Let it go, people.
But
Let it go.
if I think about it, if you think about it, I don't think Triple H wants Stephanie McMahon to get these pushes like he has been in WWE. Come on, man. Stephanie McMahon is fine as hell, bro. Why would he want to just use her?
Yeah.
No, bro. I'm pretty sure he loves her as a wife and all, bro, and as a mother.
No, he cares because, you know,
Yeah.
Stephanie has his kids, you know.
Right, and now...
So he has to act like a husband, like a father, you know.
Right, and it's just that... I mean, I don't think that's the only reason. I don't think that's the only reason why he married Stephanie. I'm pretty sure he really loves Stephanie more than he wants to use her as being.
No, he cares about his spouse,
Right.
you know.
And
It's just that they just let the controversy get to them, and you know, and people hot potato the things, you know. That's what it is. It's like if you're not gonna let people talk to you, the best thing to do is always beat them to the punch, you know.
right, and like I
And
said
honestly, I
earlier,
think Triple H failed to do that. I'll give you one example. Remember when people said that Ricky Martin was gay, but at the same time, people knew about it?
Right.
What did Ricky Martin do? He beat them to the punch. People didn't want to talk about it. People got tired talking about it, and they just ignored it. And I always tell people, you always have to beat people to the punch so they won't talk about you or they won't start a controversy, you know?
right,
And I think that was Triple H's hiccup. He didn't beat them to the punch, you know?
right.
And that way, if he beats them to the punch, then none of us wouldn't talk about it, you know, or nobody, you know?
Yep.
That's the reality of it. You guys got to beat them to the punch so they will not talk about you, and they're gonna make a left turn or a right turn. That's the way it works.
Right.
But it's TK's fault. So what do you think of this one? Is it all on TK? Because I know, like I said, Ospreay was not happy, and neither were the Bucks either, you know?
It's all on TK. And what you call it, bro, stop focusing on fucking WWE and book your fucking company, because I want your fucking company to last longer than WCW. I even said that when first AEW started. I don't want them to go out of business like WCW, and I hope they do better than WCW. But no, it doesn't seem like that's the case. And I've been gave up on AEW for almost about a year and a half now. I don't even watch it anymore.
Yeah.
The last thing that I remember watching on AEW was when MJF cut that pipe bomb, and then before that, I wasn't really watching a lot of episodes, and I think I stopped watching it when Adam Page became the AEW World Title when he beat Kenny Omega for the belt. That's when I really stopped watching it, and then I picked it back up a few times, and I did watch Sting's last Dynamite.
Sting's retirement. How about that?
His very last episode on AEW, I did watch that. Bro, most of it was boring. Like, there was matches, but like, what were the meaning of these matches? And some of these matches were great. It's just that they need to be on fucking pay-per-view. They need to have a fucking story behind why these wrestlers are beefing.
Yeah, there's no story out of these guys. You're just building dream match to dream match, but the problem is these bookings don't...
Flair and Hulk Hogan was a dream match, but they had a story. Same with Sting and Hulk Hogan. That had a story. Same with Bret Hart and Sting. All that had a story. Like, why... I mean, it's just that TK is retarded, and I like I said, AEW ain't going to be around for long.
Yeah, if TK continues this crap, yeah, because evidence. I saw Tony Schiavone making a reaction, and there was a reaction that he did 30 years ago when Vince McMahon bought WCW in 2001. Tony Schiavone was not too happy, dude. He
Not
made a
only
reaction
her,
right there.
Renee Paquette wasn't happy either, because I heard that her and Stephanie were close.
Oh yeah, he made a reaction too.
Yeah,
She did a reaction, son.
and I'm pretty sure I wonder how Edge thought about all this, and he was and I'm pretty sure he was backstage and he was listening to the shit that he was saying, and Edge would never say anything bad about WWE because he knows that's his home at the end of the day. I honestly wish that he never went to AEW.
Adam Copeland was definitely forced for that. That was not really Adam Copeland himself, dude.
Right.
Adam Copeland really felt that he did not agree to all that bullshit. So, EK, man, stop being disrespectful, really.
Right.
Honestly,
and
you know.
What's the benefit of you saying shit about WWE, and that's all you've been doing pretty much ever since Triple H been running the company, and you're not even... They barely... I don't think they ever beat Monday Night Raw or SmackDown in the ratings. Well, they definitely never beat SmackDown. Because, the Tribal Chief...
No, they have not.
He's more on top than anybody in AEW right now. And...
Yeah, so...
I mean, like I
said... AEW is supposed to be... Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want AEW to die. But it looks like it's heading that way, and I really don't want it to die. I really hope something changes now.
I feel bad for Swerve, dude, because honestly, they are trying to build him to be a historic world champion, but now I feel like it's already been forgotten already. I
feel bad for everybody.
Another thing is,
not just Swerve.
I'm not blaming Hook that he wants to get the hell out of there now.
Yeah, and then WWE picks up another future star, just like how they're doing with Jay Cargill.
Yeah.
WWE picks up another future guy that they can invest in. And in AEW, if I was AEW, I would have been starting to already build up Jack Perry, have him win a few mid-card titles here and there, and then the next few years probably have him win the AEW World Champion once he's over with fans. And turning Jungle Boy a top heel was stupid. And as far and then AEW, you guys are fucking stupid. The only thing I like about AEW right now is their video game, and I've been posting a lot of videos on my YouTube channel on their video game matches. And hell, sometimes I act like I run the show and book my own fantasy bookings and have my fantasy promos and storylines and stuff to build whatever match I'm trying to do.
Well, you know what? I really would like Martha Hart to leave AEW and take your Owen Hart copyrights with you, because Tony Khan is not really well behaving, really, honestly. I don't want Owen Hart to be disrespected that way, and I hope
absolutely not.
Martha Hart is observing everything. It's like, dude, nah, dude, you're doing BS like this. You're making my husband roll down his grave, dude. You already destroyed the Dark Order, dude, all because of the controversy you had with CM Punk and Colt Cabana. Nah, dude, you destroyed Colt Cabana. CM Punk did not destroy them right there,
Yeah.
But even though CM Punk did a couple of hiccups, it was more TK's fault. It was his fault,
Khan, Like what Cody Rhodes or Punk, they both even said that he has no leadership skills and no way to control his wrestlers or boss them around. Or too scared to fire them or whatever. Like, he does not have no leadership to run a business or to run anything.
And it's like Ariel Ivani, when he did the interview with CM Punk, to me, Ariel did his job and asked the questions. And